I would like to bring up actually a friend of ours. This is Zach. Oddly enough, his name is Zach Morris. This is one of our vStudents. Isn't that great? Zach, if you could stand here for me. Wouldn't you like to send this student to camp? Look at him. He has no money. Absolutely none. It's just, we need you to feel bad.
Whoa, Marshall, this is not how we do things, all right? Zach, go sit down. Jeez, I'm sorry about that, guys. Guys, we know that asking for money for kids to go to camp often feels like that, that heart-wrenching commercial with the sad dogs and everything like that. But that's not what we're here to do. We're here to give you the opportunity to partner in a student's life, to have real life change, real long-lasting, impacting life change in a student's life. I found this verse today as I was preparing for this. So this is Acts chapter 2, and it says, "And they devoted themselves to the apostles' teaching and the fellowship, to the breaking of bread and the prayers. And awe came upon every soul, and many wonders and signs were being done through the apostles. And all who believed were together and had all things in common. And they were selling their possessions and belongings and distributing the proceeds to all as any had need. And day by day, attending the temple together and breaking bread in their homes, they received their food with glad and generous hearts, praising God and having favor with all the people. And the Lord added to their number day by day those who were being saved." Now we see from that passage that's just the very beginning of the early church. And we see that it sort of lists out a ton of things that they're doing together. And it says that they were meeting together, they were listening to good teaching, they were serving one another. But it also says that they gave to each other as any had need. And it wasn't like an extra little tack-on thing, like, okay, maybe if you're really rich, you could probably give some. Or it wasn't a thing where it was like, if you're a super Christian, then you might give. It says that they had everything in common, and they gave to those any who had need. Giving should be a part of our identity as Christians. We see that we live under sort of different rules. We live under the rules of Christ, not on the rules of this world. And Christ has a different type of economy, right? This economy says you need to make sure that you keep everything that you make. You need to make sure that it's your money and no one else's, and that you need to make as much as you possibly can. But Christ has a radically different one where he says, give away everything that you have. I can take care of your needs. And as Christians, when we're living out the full expression of who God calls us to be, giving is just a natural part of that. But the great thing is that if you give to vKids and to vStudents, it's not just going to go to some organization or somewhere really far away, but your giving is going to change an individual's life and make a long-lasting impact for the kingdom of God and for Christ in their life. And Marshall's going to tell you a little bit more about what we're going to use it for.
Yeah, so we believe that camp is important for our vKids, for our vStudents. We believe that nothing we're doing as we run these programs, as we think about this, nothing's by accident, nothing's just because. We know and we expect our students can have a life-changing experience at camp. Where they're going, everything's planned out. And as talking to Brick and talking to Emily, who've served on staff at these before, that whether they're doing Bible studies or worship or rec time or different track times, everything's pointing them toward Christ. Like, we understand that we work hard all year long with these students. We disciple them all year long. But camp, for whatever reason, occupies a unique space within their lives. It's a week to get away. It's a week to really meditate in a way they never thought they could. And it's a week that, for whatever reason, the Lord uses to affect their lives, to bring them together as a community. To change their life, even salvation. Within our church, just within the vStudents particularly, because they've been before, we've had 2 students that have been saved at camp within our students. That's incredible. Like, we love that. The reports from them is that it's a time where it brings them together in community, where they learn to depend upon each other. It's a unique experience to do that. It's a time where they've refocused and re-energized, and we all need that. So we understand that camp is so vitally important for them. And we just want you to help. Like, that's the goal. That's kind of what we're talking about tonight. We love that you came out tonight. I hope you enjoyed the jambalaya. The parents and different people and the students have worked so hard to prepare that for you. And your donations tonight are wonderful for that. So thank you for being here. Thank you for donating. We also want to give you another opportunity. In your, or what was put in your hand earlier is this card. Please take this card with you tonight. It details why we feel camp is important. It also gives you some of the details about where we're going this summer. Our vKids are going to Louisiana College in Pineville. Our vStudents are going to Mississippi College in Clinton, Mississippi. I'm from Mississippi, so I kind of missed a few S's in there, you know. All right? So the details are there for you and kind of what they're doing. But at the very bottom down there, we're actually rolling out another opportunity. We're calling it Summer Scholarship. Now, for every student to go to camp, it's about $330, which is a lot. And we've signed up 15 vStudents, 15 vKids. The opportunity is this. Take this card and prayerfully consider how you can give toward that. Some of you may say, myself individually or my family, we can support a whole kid and send a kid to camp. We would love for you to do that. Just to send a kid and say, I'm sending you to camp this summer. It may be that you said, well, I can't send a whole kid to camp. I could send half a kid to camp. All right? My wife and I have talked about that. We could probably send half a kid to camp. We're going to send the top half because the head, the heart, and the hands are all there. And that's really all you need, right? So think about that. Or even just a partial donation throughout the year. Also, think about this. You're possibly part of a community group, whether you lead one or you're part of it. What if community groups got together and said, we can send some kids to camp? We'd love for you to consider a summer scholarship for our students, all right? Thank you so much again for being here. I've got 2 quick videos. The first one for you is what our vKids will be experiencing this summer at camp.